How do RC pilots land in extreme wind? Imagine flying a model airplane in gusty conditions where the wind feels like a wild roller coaster. It might seem impossible, but skilled RC pilots have tricks to land safely even in these tough conditions. They focus on controlling the plane's speed and orientation while fighting the wind's push. The first step is approaching the runway with a technique called crabbing. That means pointing the nose slightly into the wind so the plane doesn't drift sideways. This keeps the plane on the right path despite crosswinds. As the plane gets closer to the ground, pilots switch to a side-slip maneuver. They lower the wing into the wind and use the rudder to keep the plane aligned with the runway. This way, the plane touches down smoothly on the upwind wheel first, which makes landing more stable. During the approach and landing, pilots keep the ailerons, those are the control surfaces on the wings, deflected into the wind. They also use the rudder constantly to keep the plane tracking straight. This dance of rudder and ailerons is key to preventing the plane from veering off course after touchdown. In very strong winds, pilots often avoid using full flaps. Full flaps can cause sudden lift changes, making control harder. Instead, they make longer, slower approaches to give themselves more time to react to gusts. Managing altitude carefully is also important. If a correction is needed, there's enough height to recover safely. Some pilots let the wind do its thing during the last moments before landing. They make only tiny rudder adjustments, letting the plane settle naturally. This reduces overcorrection and keeps the plane stable. To sum up, landing in extreme wind requires flying into the wind with a crab angle, then switching to a side slip just before touchdown. Keeping the ailerons and rudder active helps stay aligned with the runway. Longer, slower approaches and careful flap management give extra control. And finally, letting the plane settle naturally with minimal last-minute corrections helps ensure a safe, precise landing. Mastering these techniques makes flying in windy conditions safer and more enjoyable.